Hi, my name is Lim Harlan and I'm here to present my research topic which is development of decision support tool for making design decision, universal design. These are my presentation outline, the introduction of universal design, introduction of decision support tool, problem statement, significance of study, research question, research aim, research objective, scope of study, researcher review, research gap, methodology, conclusion, implication of study, schedule of work, and references. So, what is universal design? Universal design is the design of the product, environment, programs, and services to be usable by all people to the greatest extent possible without the need for adaptation or specialized design and should include excessive devices for a particular group of persons with disabilities where it is needed. Next, what is decision support tool? A decision support tool is a software developed to support analysis and decision makers in making better decisions and faster, regardless of your industry, the technical, economic, human, and even social factor that is a business may face each brings its own unique costs, values, and feasibilities. My first problem statement is building owner cannot decide on getting the certificate of universal design or not. The second problem statement is application of support tool in Malaysia is hard to use. So this is the significant study where I found all this in the policy of government. First, CRPD, the UN CRPD is an international human rights treaty that focuses on promoting and protecting the rights and dignity of persons with disabilities. Next, EAA, it is stated that improving the accessibility of products and services across EU member states. Thirdly, ACA. The ACA stated that there are federal legislation that aims to create a barrier-free Canada and ensure equal access and inclusion for persons with disabilities. Lastly, ADA. The ADA stated that there are comprehensive civil rights laws that prohibit discrimination against individuals with disabilities and promote accessibility in various domains. There are two research questions in my study case. The first question is, what are the key criteria and guidelines for incorporating universal design principles into design decision? Next is, how can a design support tool be developed to effectively guide designers in evaluating their design based on the universal design principles? My research aimed to determine the usability of developed design decision support tool in rating the accessibility of building in Malaysia. My first objective is to develop an universal design app tool for assessing construction building whether the building meet the criteria or not. The second objective is to test the developed universal design app tool with people from industry. My scope of study will be targeted at Malaysia using the questionnaire survey, which is through online because it is easier for the respondent and also easier for us to analysis. My target population is client and construction company. The first finding for the decision review is the guideline and criteria for the decision support tool in universal building. Next is the designer and building management in providing adequate accessible facilities for the building visitor. The third finding is universal design propositions are important in the design of public buildings as these minimize danger in terms of use. The next finding is to strengthen the implementation and enforcement on universal design application in Malaysia. Next is creating inclusive learning opportunity in higher education, which is a universal design toolkit. Lastly, it is the universal design consideration in housing, residential, and community area. My research gap will be developing an app to help people make decisions for the universal design building in Malaysia. As the other study case didn't mention that it is only in Malaysia, and for my case, I will be developing the app based on my criteria and the guideline. Next, we will move to the methodology part, and it will separate into three phases. The first phases is the app and software development. Firstly, we will find the guideline of the universal design, and we will select the criteria of the universal design. Next, we will calculate the weightage for each subsection, and Finally, we totalize the output score and determine the building whether he can get the certificate or not. And then we will develop it to the OpenS app and conduct the questionnaire survey. The second phase will be the data collection. Firstly, we will determine the target size of the sample, which I set for my case is 100 respondent, and we will determine the minimum sample, which I set myself as a respondent of 30. Then we will conduct the propositive sampling method, which we only target the response from our target population, which is the client and also construction company. And then we will collect the feedback from the respondent. And final phase will be the data analysis, which we analyze the responses using descriptive analysis and present the data. The building that get over 80 points can get the certificate of universal design in Malaysia. In conclusion, I hope that my study case will be create a free decision tool which is easy and simple to use to and propose it to the government so that the government can motivate more building owner to go for the building certificate of universal design in Malaysia, so that Malaysia can be a better country because all users can access the building easily. My application of study will be the certificate of universal design building can be easy to get if the owner invests more money on the building, and it really helps for all kind of users. Next is by just sticking on the apps that we develop, the owner can know that their building meet the requirement to get the certificate of universal design building or not. This is my schedule of work where I select my project title, preparation of chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, and also preparation of the presentation slide. These are the references where I find the definition of the universal design and also the definition of decision support tool. Lastly will be the Q&A section. First question is how you design your research objective. So based on my problem statement and research question, the building owner do not know on getting the certificate of universal design or not. And also the application is hard to use. So for my case, I hope that I can create a app which is easy and simple to use, and it also have the details of criteria that used to determine the building is universal design or not. For second question, for each objective, what are your strategies to manage your sampling? First objective, I will say I will develop the app with the criteria that I select and from the articles and also the guidelines. So the next step is identify the target population, which is the client and also construction company. For the second objective, my strategy is target 100 response, and then we conduct the propositive questionnaire survey, which are the client and also construction company, which I mentioned above. Next, we will do the data collection and also data analysis. Lastly, how your research can guide your analysis, guide you to find your analysis and finding. It can guide me to find more articles to determine the criteria of the universal building so that I can develop an app which is easy and simple to use and let the building owner to know their score on the universal design so that they can decide whether they will be funding more or less to get the certificate of universal design. That's all from me. Thank you.